My name is Hannah, and this is my no-buy year. Hi guys, I'm here today to talk about letting go of perfectionism. But first I want to share some news with you. I have had some poems published recently, and when you have poems published in a print literary journal, the journal usually sends you a contributor's copy, so a free copy of the journal. Even if you aren't subscribed to the journal, you get a copy because you're one of the people who's published in that issue. So this past week I received not one but 2 packages in the mail with contributors' copies in them, 2 separate literary magazines that have my poems in them. So it's really exciting. It takes a really long time to get poems accepted for publication in reputable journals, and then after they're accepted, it takes a really long time for them to actually get published, because journals are often running like months or even years in advance. They're planning their issues like a year in advance. So sometimes you can find out that you got accepted into a journal, but it's not until the following year that you actually get published and get to share the poems with people and get to tell people about it. So both of these are publications that I've known about for months and months and months, and I've just been waiting for the issues to come out. So the first one is the Yale Review. I love the Yale Review. It's an amazing journal, and I have wanted to publish in the Yale Review forever, and I was incredibly excited and proud to be accepted for this issue. So I have 2 poems in this issue of the Yale Review. It's volume 106, number 2. The 2 poems in this issue are called Julia Hungry and Peony, and they're both sonnets. I will also put a link down below to the website of the Yale Review, and you can actually read the poems on the website too. The other journal is called Prairie Schooner. It's such a beautiful cover, and I have 2 poems in this one too. There's another Julia poem. I have a number of poems about a woman named Julia. So the Julia poem in this one is called Julia Speaks of Shaving. And then there's also another sonnet, Exile Sonnet, is also published in this month's issue of Prairie Schooner. I don't know if Prairie Schooner is available to read online. I actually don't think it is. I think that if you want to read the issue, you have to buy the print issue, but I'll definitely link to their website as well. I know this channel isn't really about my writing, but I thought some of you might be excited to hear the news from that part of my life. Now, let's get into the meat of the video. So this video is just about some things that I've been thinking about recently as a result of my no-buy year. I've been thinking a lot about how the desire for something new, the stress of wanting something new, wanting to buy something, is linked to and possibly driven by perfectionism. In a lot of cases, not in all cases, but in many cases, I think that advertising convinces us, and we also convince ourselves, that we will be improved, that we will be more perfect, better people if we buy the thing. And so we're encouraged by our own sense of a desire to be better, our own drive towards perfectionism, to buy the thing. Now, I love beautiful things, and I love having the tools to put myself together. I'm not suggesting that we shouldn't try or that we should not enjoy putting makeup on or anything like that. It's just that my no-buy year has caused a shift in priorities. And when I look back at my old priorities, when I look back at where I've come from, some of my old modes of thinking, some of my old priorities are starting to seem incredibly myopic and unrealistic in retrospect. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do a really good job of explaining this, but here's an example of what I'm talking about. Everyone always talks about how they're on the hunt for the perfect red lipstick. It's like, I need the perfect red lipstick for me. Are you on the hunt for the perfect red lipstick? Tell me in the comments. I would like to know. Is that like an ongoing project for you? Is it something that you think about as a makeup lover? Or even, I feel like even women who don't have very much makeup are always sort of looking for the perfect red lipstick. But how many red, and I am too. I'm like, I'm always like, ooh, the perfect red lipstick. But how many red lipsticks do you have? I mean, I think I have 15 or something, which might sound like a lot to some of you and might not sound like a lot to others of you. But to me, it's kind of a lot. At the very least, it's enough, right? It's enough. I mean, I know that all red lipsticks are different. They're all different. To us, extremely detail-oriented makeup lovers, all red lipsticks are different, and we could get a new one and it would seem completely different, and it would be, not seem, it would be completely different from any of the ones that we already own. I don't deny that. That's true. But your life is for living. If you want to wear a red lipstick, just pick up a red lipstick and put it on, and then you'll be wearing red lipstick. And nobody's gonna know that it's just an old NARS bullet lipstick that you bought last year and that it's not the new Fenty Beauty Stunna lip paint or whatever it is that you think is probably the perfect red lipstick that you don't yet own, right? No one's gonna know, and you also aren't gonna know. You'll put on your lipstick, you'll be wearing red lipstick that day, you'll look gorgeous, and then you can live your life. And I'm not saying that the Fenty Beauty Stunna lip paint isn't a perfect red lipstick. And I'm not saying that it isn't different from the NARS one that you already own in this scenario, because it is. But I think that those two truths can coexist. The fact that a different new red lipstick would look a little different on you can also coexist with the truth that red lipstick is red lipstick, and you're gonna be wearing red lipstick to full effect all day if you just throw on the one that you already have. I think my point with this example is that if you feel like you're still on the hunt for the perfect red lipstick, and if you feel like that hunt is ongoing, then wanting to wear a red lipstick today, but feeling like you don't have the perfect one yet, will hinder you from living fully on that day, because you'll be disappointed that the one you're putting on is just okay. And then you might feel self-conscious during the day, when in fact, it's a red lipstick and that was what you wanted. It's that perfectionist chip in our brain. It's that part of us that feels like if it's not the perfect red lipstick, then I'm not good enough. It's that piece of us that holds us back from living fully and from fully embracing the day, the red lipstick day. Since I'm on a no-buy year, I've been forced to let go of perfectionism bit by bit. I had to do it with skincare, as some of you have already seen. I ran out of my perfect lactic acid serum, Good Genes, and I had to use up my other lactic acid serum, one from The Ordinary, which is less than perfect, before I was allowed to repurchase the better one. So for that month, I didn't have my best skin. But I had already signed up for this no-buy year, I had already made the rules, and I was gonna stick to them. So I had a choice. I could either let it bother me, or I could live my best life. I ran out of my favorite shampoo, and now I'm going through a bunch of shampoo samples and a bunch of old hotel shampoos, and some days my hair isn't the way I like it. My old solution would have been to buy something new. My new solution is to let go of perfectionism. What I say to myself is, just do less. Do less. I'll be at a restaurant agonizing over which is the right choice, which one is the perfect meal for me. I'll be agonizing over it, and then I'll remember and I'll just say to myself, do less. Don't try so hard. Either one would be fine, and I can do less when it comes to needing it to be perfect. So I just pick one, and it's good. It's good to eat at a restaurant, and neither one would have been the wrong choice, but the old me didn't understand that. The old me needed to pick the perfect thing. And I've also been doing it with picking out clothes to wear. Instead of going back and forth, like which pants should I wear, back and forth, thinking about which one would be perfect, which one would be exactly the right thing, which one's gonna make me feel my absolute most perfect best today. Instead of that, I'm practicing just picking up a pair of pants and thinking to myself, how about this one? Okay. And then just putting them on. I know that might sound really dumb to some of you. Like, you're like, yeah, Hannah, that's called just getting dressed in the morning. But it's new to me. Removing the lens, the pressure of perfectionism from every single aspect of my life is new to me. I didn't used to have the tools for that. And I'm not saying that I don't, consider my desires at all when I'm at the restaurant, or think about taste or practicality when I'm picking my pants in the morning at all. Of course, I still think about what would be good. I'm still making choices, but by stepping back just a couple of paces from that nice edge of perfectionism that I was living on, I'm freeing up a lot of mental space for other things that I care a lot more about, like my writing work, for example. I don't know if this video will be helpful to you at all, or if I'm even explaining it very well. I'm really just starting to think about this, and so I thought that I would start the conversation with you guys about it and kind of see where it goes. And then maybe I can check in about it as the year unfolds, or check in about it in my monthly check-in. But if you are a perfectionist, or if you have perfectionist leanings and you think that maybe your perfectionism contributes towards your propensity for overspending on makeup or beauty products, I would love to hear about that in the comment section down below, because I'm just starting to think about the link between those two things. It's like my no buy year is starting to uncover that link for me. So if you think that these two things are also linked in your life and in your habits, please let me know about it in the comment section. I would love to talk with you about it, and I would love to hear about your experience. That is it. Thank you so much to those of you who frequently comment on my videos. I absolutely love hearing from each and every one of you. And thank you all so much for watching. I hope that you will remember to take extra good care of yourself this week so that you can be the most effective version of yourself as you do your work in the world.